right. So this is Steve and Michele Ortman. When did you guys actually purchase our program and start your training?
We've actually purchased it the week of Thanksgiving, so that Monday. Had training lined up for Tuesday, and then Friday, actually Black Friday, Cynthia was available. So we got 2 in that week, and we're able to finish 2 weeks after that. So a full 3 weeks in total, from purchase to training.
So you were able to go through it pretty quick. That's good. Yeah, we recommend 2 to 3 sessions per week, but sometimes we're able to get people through there quicker than that. So tell me a little bit about both of you, like your business background and work experience, and what interested you kind of in the healthcare and billing world.
Go ahead.
Well, when COVID hit, everything that was being talked about and us living in New York, some stuff was being said that they were going to do, and we're like, ooh, I don't know if we want to stay in New York. But he helps his mother. They own a cleaning business. He got it after his father passed away. And so because of that, with the cleaning franchise, we're like, oh, well, we can't really pick up our clients from cleaning and go elsewhere. So we started looking, he was looking into, well, what can I do elsewhere? Yeah. And came across ABS with like the franchise. And so he did a lot of research, and we watched other videos and went on a couple of webinars, and we really liked what it was talking about.
Yeah. So having the cleaning business, I'm already managing employees, hours and things like that, how to pay them, how long, because in cleaning, I'm not with them all the time. I have to be able to trust people not under my watch. So that's kind of what this is with home-based. And, my dad had a good model set up, so I just kind of followed that, and we went from there. I also did mobile shredding before he passed away, so I got to go around to doctor's offices. I was working with the HIPAA compliancy as far as the document destruction. So not that really tied in a ton, but it did a little bit, knowing what, especially with like IDOCs and things like that, knowing the laws that they have to follow to stay compliant and not get shut down and fined, things like that. Right. So yeah, the franchise model that you guys have without the franchise fees is phenomenal.
Yeah, a lot of people like this model because, like you said, you can operate anywhere in the United States, clients anywhere, no royalties paid back to us, all that stuff. It's a bonus for sure. So did you guys look at any other training programs similar to this, or?
Yeah, we started looking up some other ones. We found 2 or 3, I guess, competitors, if you will. They were nothing like ABS and how it was set up, and I don't even remember their names. But
just kept circling back to this one.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because we started looking into ABS probably back in May, and being in the family cleaning business with my mom, I was actually nervous to tell her, like, I might be leaving you, Mom. Like, so I put it off as long as possible, and I actually finally told her by the end of the summer, hey, we're looking into this. This is looking to happen. And she was like, well, you should look into other ones too. And so she was giving me good advice, and we were already knowing to do that. So yeah, we looked into a couple more, and it just didn't have the right feel, didn't have the right model up front as to how they were wanting to do it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that was one of the questions I was going to ask, is how long you were looking into our opportunity, but you said May, so it was quite a while of doing due diligence and watching videos and whatnot. And were you guys able to reach out to any of our existing owners before you made the decision? Did that help?
Yeah, helped immensely. Yeah, I spoke to 4 licensees, 1 here in New York. We're in Western New York, so everyone thinks there's New York City and upstate is everything else. We're in Western New York, so we're on the Canadian border.
Okay.
So we're nowhere near New York City.
Yeah.
But there was somebody closer between Albany and New York, and so I got to speak with her. I spoke with somebody in Michigan, somebody I think in Ohio, and then Virginia, which was Don Bowen. And Don Bowen was phenomenal. We spoke for over an hour, and he came from a different practice of supporting lawyers, and he sounded very successful doing that. And him and his partner were like, yeah, we had to make a change, and they jumped into this, and they were at like a doctor a month and growing their business in their first year. And he got me really excited speaking with him, and just going from something very successful that he did into something new and getting successful. The model is just phenomenal, you know.
Yeah, he's a real sharp guy. Him and his partner, Meg is her name, and man, they are just growing like crazy. I'm actually trying to set up an interview with Meg Johnson, his partner, and she was like, yeah, I'd love to do it, but it's going to have to be late January, February, because our practices are just growing like crazy right now. So even during COVID, practices are growing. I mean, I guess it depends on what part of the country you're in, but you know, a lot of practices are reopening and trying to figure out how do we get patients back in here. But then of course we've also got the remote monitoring and virtual care that we just rolled out that you guys can offer as well. So you know, even for places like New York that are like still kind of really weird right now, you know, you've got options there, you know, for ways to bring in revenue. So how was the training overall? Was it what you thought it was? Was it more, you know, for somebody who's looking at this video and they're looking at our opportunity and they're like, you know, I don't have a clue about medical billing, I don't have a clue about marketing, what would you say to somebody about the training?
So we felt, I mean, that it was really good overall. I mean, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. So
wow.
I mean, we're excited to jump in on this.
Yeah. If someone was watching this and saying, oh, do I take the plunge? From the people I spoke with, none of them had medical billing experience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have medical billing experience.
I don't.
I guess marketing, I'm like my mother. I'll talk to anybody, anywhere. You know, I'll get to know you just from, hey, I'm Steve, what's your name? And just start diving into it. So I'm not afraid to approach people, talk to people. So in the marketing doesn't terrify me. I do sales for cleaning. So it's not really a fear that's there. If you do have that fear, there's help. There's network marketing.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many options. But we actually look closer into this. Michelle's sister graduated with a medical billing, and that's kind of what caught our eye as to kind of leaning towards this. And we're like, well, let's see what's into this. As we were looking, you know, it was between this and a mosquito repellent thing for like the yards. And you know, this was more money, but that wasn't like the factor. It was like this is just set up, you know, with the franchise model.
This whole thing sets you up to be successful.
You know, so yeah, if you're looking at this and you're like, oh, I'm afraid of this, the training is there. That's the beginning, as we're already learning. There's already more videos to watch. There's more training to be had. We just received the gift from you. Thank you. The book that came last night.
Yeah,
and so we're planning on we're going to Texas next week to visit my brother.
Oh.
And I'm hoping to read a bunch of that book, and just so that the education, you have to be willing to put yourself into it. So if there's a fear, the only fear is yourself, I think.
Yeah. So you guys, I mean, up to this point, you're saying all of your concerns, your questions, pretty much everything was answered in the training. And
yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're answering questions I didn't know I had, is what was going on.
Right.
So,
yeah. It's hard to get across to folks everything in the training who haven't been through the training. You know what I mean? Like that's why we offer that guarantee. It's like, look, go through the training and then you'll actually learn, oh wow, this is more than what I thought it was, you know, and then you'll kind of be able to make your final decision, if you will. So that's why we have that. Okay, so the training, the end of the training, were you able to put together like a customized plan so you guys know exactly what steps you're taking now to start building the business?
So we have ideas. Being that we're going away next week, kind of I didn't want to jump into something and be like mid-deal and then leave. So our plan is actually to start going the first week of January.
Yeah.
Get out there. I do have some warm leads that I will be hitting up. A friend of mine, he has a physical therapy office, and as I was starting, before I knew, like, oh, don't say you're in medical billing. So he kind of knew what I was going into unofficially. Yeah. And I go, I'm going to hit you up. I go, just give me the time to practice. I go, if it's something I can help you with, great. If not, just let me get through the first practice analysis. Let me get through my first demo. Just kind of the kinks, and he's willing to do that. So I'll be hitting him up when we get back. I have other leads just from, again, marketing, just from talking. It's free. Talk to people. A buddy of mine, his mom is a manager for 13 doctor's offices, and she helped another guy, he's a doctor, get a job. So she has pull. He goes, you need to get in, let me know. I'll set something up. So I don't want to start with 13. That sounds terrifying. But I do want to get 1 or 2, and then I'm going to hit up that lead. So I'm just keeping an eye out, and who can I talk to? Who do I know? And just start with those first couple analysis and go from there, because it's just people helping people. Really, it's, you guys don't teach on gouging, which I do enjoy.
But you're not selling anything either. Like, you're not going in, you're showing them what they're missing on the table that you can bring to them. So it's a win-win, really.
I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what we try to get across to people, is this is not sales. It seems like every prospective licensee I talk to, they're like, well, how do I convince the doctor of this? How do I convince? And they always use the word convince. And I'm like, you're not trying to twist their arm. It's you're doing a full analysis of their practice and identifying problems and offering solutions to some of those problems. So very much just like a consultant. You're just consulting and building relationships, and we do have those materials where you're able to give them a free book, and educate them on what's really going on and helping them try to work through that on their own, whether they do business with you or not. So that's the approach that works. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, we're coming up on Christmas, so it doesn't make any sense to try to start doing anything right now. What is it, 17th? Yeah, so Christmas is already here. That's crazy. All right, so let's see. When the training was finished, did you guys receive your CMRM certificates yet in the mail?
Just received them last night.
Okay, that was with the book, right? Yeah.
With the book, yes.
Cool. Have you been able to do the transition call with our head of support?
Yep, we spoke with Tim yesterday. Looking at 4. It was great.
He was so nice. Everybody's very supportive, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate. Call us, email, whatever you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seems very knowledgeable, and said how he transitioned into support. He just sold his book of business to kind of be even more supportive. So Tim, he was very good to talk to.
So I mean, I guess ABS has met your expectations at this point.
Yeah, I would say exceeded myself. Like, we received the phone call from Joanne, Patrick, like, hey, what's your story in this? I mean, he could just, not that he's getting all the money, I'm sure he's got his expenses and everything, but, it's not like, oh, I just got paid, good, okay, they're here, we got them. He called, welcome to the family, what's your story, why are you here, what are you doing? And you just feel the
connection already.
Yeah, the connection, the warmth. So it's exceeded, our expectations.
Very good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, that's that Southern hospitality, I guess. He was born and raised in Fort Worth here, and so was I. So we like to try to make those connections with everybody that comes on board. So I guess you feel like you have the tools to make this work. Is there anything you feel that was left out that you're going to have to go do, or any kind of training or education, or I don't know, anything was left out that you need to do still?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, really, until like we got everything that we feel that was necessary between training and whatnot, and just, you know, I'm sure there'll be questions that we'll have once we, you know, officially hit the ground running, you know.
Yeah.
But no, everything was great.
I'll say anything that feels like it's missing, you guys kind of seem to let us know it's missing. So like, I mean, it's not really missing. You don't know what's missing because we're so new.
Right.
But it's brought to our attention. Hey, check this out. There's new learning here. Tim let us know of a roundtable discussion tomorrow, so I'm going to jump on that. Just got to be willing to put in the time, energy, and learn.
Yeah, and you kind of said it already. Your initial training is just that. It's your initial training. But we've got hundreds of hours of training and videos and things to watch on our support side. So, I mean, as you're learning, or as you probably already knew, healthcare is kind of a lifelong learning process. It's always evolving and changing. So, yeah, so that's pretty much all I got. I mean, you already mentioned to me that, you know, you've got some prospects, but you're just kind of waiting until the holidays get through, and then you're gonna, you know, you got your plan of attack ready for January. That's awesome. Any final thoughts or words of wisdom for people that are looking into this and they're just not sure if it's for them or not? You know,
I would say if you're looking into it, schedule the call. Get the phone call. There's no cost to have somebody reach out to you. Spend 15 minutes. They send you emails with information. That was probably the best phone call or appointment I ever made. As you know, hey, what information? Here's what we have. What else are you looking for? Here's some licensees you can speak to. New, old. I had how long they've been in the business. So I ranged it to be from less than a year up until about, I think, 8 years of experience. So someone who's definitely been successful, they're still in it for a while. That's someone who was new, where I would be. So I mean, so our dogs see the guy with the snowblower right now. We just had our first snowplow. So so yeah, from that, my advice is schedule the appointment and speak to somebody like Nevin, who can give you the information, the emails, so you can do your research. The what was it, like 68-page? Don't let that freak you out. You know, that's how much information is there. But it shows you how many different medical professions there are that you can help, that you can advise and consult. I want to say there's like 128 different options. So you're not limited to just your doctor, your pediatrician. There are so many fields out there that need help doing this that it's just amazing. It blew my mind with that. And you know, phone calls are free. So I would just definitely make that phone call and see if it's for you.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we're super happy to have you guys on the team. We're excited for you guys. You know, definitely reach out to support if you guys need anything at all. And ready to hit the ground running in January. And we look forward to seeing you guys signing up some clients here very soon, and hopefully doing another interview with you at that point.
Yeah, sounds great.
That'd be great.
All right.
Bye.
All right, see you guys.